The first time Rosemary Tribble and I traveled together, we were going to university up in Boston, and it was the night before, and it was raining, and it was fine drizzle, the kind that messes up your hair. This is our first outing together as sisters in Christ. We're going to try out this covenant thing. So we're running from this little food place to the car, and we're trying to get on, three of us under one umbrella, and she says, I don't know why you're running, your hair doesn't even move. I'm like, I don't believe you said that. I said, well, you go give this thing by yourself, too. I mean, I got all kind of, I got into the position and all. You go give this reconciliation thing by your white self. I mean, I got a major attitude. But the fact is that she's never grown up with anybody who looks like me, with hair like me. She got some questions about it. My first roommate in college was white. And I remember sitting up all night because I was trying to figure out, what do they look like sleep? Do they sleep? It's like they're in charge of everything. They must not sleep, And then the next morning, she looked like she hadn't slept either. And I said, well, what's happening? She said, I was trying to see how you look sleep. She said, and I was also checking out your toiletries to see what you did with your hair. Because that's what the world is talking about. And if we're hanging out in each other's homes, and if everybody has everything in common, so all the stupid questions you have about black people, and all the dumb questions I have about white people, and all the questions we have about Asians and why they never smile, and all the questions we have about Hispanics and why they keep trying to get what we got and won't go get their own, why don't we just get in a room as a body of believers and say to God, this is not as important as your kingdom. This is not really what the order of God is about. Your kingdom come on the earth the way it already is in heaven, because those are footnotes. The issue is, where is that person here who says, God, I don't understand these people. I don't know. I know my friends are going to think I'm crazy for hanging out with them. But I heard you say, like Isaiah said, who can I send? But he had to be in the presence of God when he asked the question. He says, God says, who can I send? And who will go for us? And Isaiah, overhearing God in his presence, said, here I am, send me. There's got to be one person here today, I know there is, who's tired of racial division, who's tired of animosity, who's tired of rolling their eyes at each other, walking across the street, getting another chair in the restaurant, moving away from one another. Somebody here is saying, it's going to stop with me because Jesus is Lord of my life. Because Jesus is in me, I'm a new creation. The old is past, no more. Whatever I came in this room with, I'm leaving it at the door. There's got to be one person in here who's prepared to say, for my generation, I don't know, Sister Skinner, what your generation did. It looks like y'all made a lot of mistakes equating integration with reconciliation. Making black people feel that they had to give up everything that was unique and beautiful about them to become like white people. And the pain of that still stays. And guess what? Even if you never encountered racism, you have inherited the attitude. So wake up. Don't act like it's not affecting your life at 20 or 30. So I want to ask again. Anybody who's had an attitude about what they call white folks, I want you to get up and come and pray with me. Because if we don't deal with it today, it's not going to happen. Anybody white who thinks somehow we don't understand black people, but the further the distance, the better, the safer. Get up right now, because God is looking for you. But you are prepared today to make a difference. If anybody in here who's white is saying, I want to make a difference for people who look like me. I want to show people that being created in Christ is something special. I want to show people that when God empowers you, you have all the power to change every part of history. Everything in our past. I want people who had a bad run-in with somebody black or white or brown or red or yellow to stand up right now. Because we serve a healing God. A God who can make the old things like brand new. Who can close those broken, the wings, all of that has not worked in our lives. I want you to grab hold of the hand next to you. Repeat after me. Father, I present my body.